We're back. Hello.
Back. We are back. Hello, everybody. Switching over to the chat and seeing
Food
if
has
we
been
are
fooded.
back on that side. What's that? Oh, there's a Peter.
Excellent.
All right.
Mhm.
So, we're not going to start it yet. Stream because we want to wait for people to get back. We've been away at break, but very shortly we'll be starting a poll.
Okay.
So we'll maybe give it a couple minutes. We'll give it maybe a couple minutes just to make sure we have all of our chat participants back in the stream, and then we will start the next poll. So where we left off, we were just determining what you guys were doing. So the Quaggles are happy to take your message for you, and but they are very curious to know what's going on. If everybody is dead, then this place is going to be crawling with scavengers.
They're gonna say
pretty soon.
worms.
I mean, technically, they're already kind of scavengers.
I look at it this way. Penny Whistle has connections to the local guild, which has connections to the merchants, because to be honest, merchants are fucking thieves. How much of this belongs to these people anyway? And if nothing else, if the guild comes out here and finds it, they can return it for a kind, not too heavy finder's fee.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I mean. I mean,
Oh,
if you're hanging out here, like all these dead is going to start. They're going to start attracting stuff.
oh no, we're gonna start burning bodies shortly.
Oh, okay. Well, we got
so matter of fact about it.
we got some of our people out here still keep an eye on them other fellers. So if you still want us to show you one of them other camps or whatever, just let us know.
We will, but for now, I think we need to take care of this problem.
We'll send one of our scouts to find you, and when you're all done here, and see what's up, what's what then. Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll take your note, and Ratty, Molly, and Pod will head back off into the bushes.
Okay, should we start piling up bodies then?
Yeah, we definitely should.
Okay. We're gonna just goes to work.
Effortlessly.
Yeah, just no
Stacking
problem.
lumber.
Yeah, I'll have like
Floppy-
3 or 4 on
floppy
one
lumber.
arm. Dump them in a pile.
You just like uproot a tent and turn it upside down and make it into a sack.
Yeah.
And just start
Just putting bodies in.
throwing people in the tent, and then you just like some kind of like necromantic Santa.
No, that's him.
Everyone's going to die.
Have you been a good little boy? It doesn't matter.
Look into the darkness of Christmas. Sit on my knee of doom.
Yeah, we all know that mall Santas are just all warlocks of the same patron.
Basically.
So what's the plan here? So you're going to try and get a long rest in while
probably
you're somewhere
away
that
from
has
the murder
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
Well, that was my question. Are you
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
make use of the camp where you've got like a defensive wall and stores and
Yeah.
set up
That's a
for the
good
night here, or are
point.
you going to
True.
go off somewhere into the
Say, it's
into
not.
the woods?
I can take
We
the
might as well
disemboweled bodies
They're already
elsewhere.
dead.
Yeah.
Like I assume you're not going to
Yeah.
burn them like where they lie. You're going to
No.
make
I
a
figured
pyre
we'd
somewhere.
move a good
We'll
ways
make a pile
away.
somewhere.
Downwind.
Drop them. Torch them. Somewhere where there's no trees in the immediate vicinity, so we don't have to worry about,
Appreciate that.
like...
Oh, for
Yeah.
other reasons, yeah.
No, don't worry. You'll get to fuck those trees.
Hey,
While we're piling the dead,
You'll
if we
take your
just keep
maple
Grandpa-
shots.
If we could just keep Grandpa in a different pile, so that he
Yeah.
doesn't accidentally
Happening
end up.
that.
yeah,
in
make
the
sure you
funeral
don't.
pyre.
That's
I
true.
assume Grandpa isn't in like a baby Bjorn on Ugna's.
Hmm.
Yep. I've just taken some
Yeah, I would-
ropes and just lashed you on, like all comfy.
I wouldn't
We've
mind.
written
actually-
on your forehead in ink, "Do not burn."
Yes.
I wouldn't mind either, Alina, if you were to make a perception check
Sure.
as well.
That is 10.
Okay, don't worry about it.
No,
you
it's
don't
fine.
notice.
Nothing's going on.
You sure you want to do insight on that one? That sounds important.
Inspiration.
I'm on down to
Inspiration.
1, so
You've
I
only
would
got
save
one.
it.
I'd save it.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, someone else might want to roll.
Okay, I will. Perception.
Anyone can roll. You're all going to be sort
Ooh,
of.
15 plus
We're going to
He's
start
lower than
the
Randy's.
22.
start the poll shortly here. So anybody who rolled above a 15 will notice that at one point or another, when you're interacting with Ugna and her baby Bjorn, that Copernicus doesn't seem to be breathing.
That's normal, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't eat or sleep either. I don't know. I don't know anything about
Like, okay, here's the thing: is he like fidgeting in his sleep, or is it just like, oh, Grandpa dead?
He seems pretty similar to the corpses that Ugna is carrying in other manners.
You know what? At this point, I think we all accept Grandpa might be undead too.
Hmm.
Just let.
Ugna has
And you know,
not
like
noticed.
he's old. If
She
it's
has
his
not
time,
noticed.
it's his time. He's had
I'm
a
just
good
going
life.
to take out my little blanket, put it behind his head, so he has like a cushion, and just hope for the best. Like, I'll tend to his wounds
I
as
think
well.
we're gonna- Oh yeah. Yeah, and he's actually got some pretty extensive wounds, so you probably want to.
Do they
Yeah.
bleed?
So we just started the new poll here, so just to let the players
Yes, but
know,
only insects.
just to let the players
Plague.
know to avoid the chat, please.
Yep.
We're gonna have it. We got another poll starting, and for those of you on the stream, please do vote again in the poll. As before, you can put in bits if you want to.
I'm
Vote
so
more than
worried
once.
that we haven't seen what happened in the first poll.
I healed my
Yeah.
grandfather for 15 points.
I
of
will
damage.
say that what happened in the first poll has happened.
Oh, cool.
The first poll determined
Oh.
the events that you would encounter at the camp.
Ah,
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
chaos demons.
Cool.
You know,
There's a couple of
maybe
different
better dead than
possibilities.
alive.
So and then we'll stack up the bodies and some wood and light them
believe-
up.
Basically, I will say the first poll basically determined which camp you were going to be led to.
Oh. Oh.
And the second
that's right, I
poll
wanted to
is
ask
happening
this.
right now.
Thanks,
So-
chat.
That
I mean,
sounded angry.
That might be a good thanks, because for all you know, the other poll, the other camp was like
Yeah.
the one with dangers and monsters
The
to
one with a
fight.
hidden dragon in it.
You don't know. But
Donor camp.
couple other reminders to folks while we're waiting on that poll. Just as always, you can use bits to cheer for our trash heroes. And when we do hit a certain point in the bit counter, I will be giving out more inspirations to our player characters. Yeah, you probably like pick one end of the camp where it's a big enough camp that you don't need a lot of it. So you pick one end where you're going to sleep, like maybe the north one. Since there's already a weird ritual of bodies at the south end, you can stack some firewood there and make that the place to have a pyre. It's not out in the bog where it's going to cause any damage. It's already in the cleared space.
Drumlin, do you gotta say any words over them or anything?
Yeah,
I'm not
I
real
would
good at
give
that
them
stuff.
last rights. I mean, it's only fair, and also I don't want like, undead rising. So, like, I would, as each one is thrown in, I'll do a very quick last rites and, try pray that their spirit is guided to the appropriate afterlife receptacle of
Oh,
their
do you have a
belief
deity
system.
today?
Huh?
Hey, who's your deity right now?
Oh.
That's a good
This
question.
is
Let me find
Yeah, I
out.
think Moth
didn't
was
roll.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's been long
that
enough.
was-
It's been long enough now. There should be a new one.
For all of them. Welcome to the Infernal Web. Woo!
Who do we
All
got
right.
today?
I gotta find that list now too. It's a doc. I know that much.
I got it here. If you want to just roll, I can tell you what you get.
Oh, I rolled. I got 22, so I guess 8 from the bottom.
Oh, wait a second. Where'd my list go? Oh, there it is. I had too many tabs open. 22. I've got them numbered, so I can just go to number
Oh,
22.
cool. 22 then.
Dionysus.
Oh, Dionysus again.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're all going to a party.
Yep.
So in that case, each one I splash with a little bit of wine. I kind of like trace his holy symbol on their foreheads as I shove them into the fire.
Into the mass grave pyre.
It would be highly appropriate when it comes time to do the rite, though, for you to be imbibing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be little for me, little for you, little for me, little for you, little for me, little for you.
Excellent.
Good.
I have a high tolerance to alcohol, so I'm probably not gonna get drunk.
Indeed. I believe that amusingly, Tromlin has the lowest tolerance to alcohol in the group, but it's still pretty high.
I thought I had something specific.
You do, but
Basically,
everybody else has either got like extreme toxin resistance or the iron liver
Or
Just
doesn't eat or
gross on
drink.
our own.
trait.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, so I
Just amusing.
yes, we drink, we say rites. I send them to the eternal party of Dionysus.
And then settle in for the night.
We definitely do need to washes.
Yes, for sure.
Oh god, yeah.
Granddad is basically
Mhm.
out
I'll
until he
do
wakes
my-
up. He'll have had a long rest.
I'll do my alarm spell and get that all set up.
Tromlin, you want to get first watch? I'm real tired after hauling all that stuff
Yeah,
around.
I'm fine because I need uninterrupted rest anyway, so I'll do first watch.
I
Need a
will
buddy?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
flop
'Cause
down.
you're gonna need uninterrupted rest as well, so we might as well do it
Oh,
together.
yeah, you want to cuddle?
That'd be kind of damp, and I don't want to make the moss jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your call.
Also, all of us kind of smell like corpse now.
Yes.
Now.
So first watch
Bet it
then
smells
is
any different.
first watch is Tromlin and Glorpa. Is that what
Yep.
I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
Cool.
So you all have a hearty meal after all this work and settle in once the pyre has burned down. Settle in for the night.
Una's asleep like immediately after
Mm.
dinner.
My bad.
I love that she does that.
You hear some distant howls as you're sort of settling in for the night, and you're sure that the scent of death around this place is probably out there on the wind. So you're on, especially on
definitely
alert.
Right.
Watch for wolves or any scavenging animal at this point.
Are
I
we
get a
near
persist-
we're pretty far away from the pyre, right? The pyre is
Yeah,
outside
it would
of
be at the other end of the
Yeah.
camp. Yeah.
cool.
And blowing the other way.
The scent is still going to linger in the air because
Doesn't
there was
smell
a
good.
mass murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like swamp. Kinda. I mean just a different
A
kind
blood
of swamp.
swamp.
Death swamp. Death swamp.
Barbecue
Yeah.
swamp.
That swamp sounds like a weird Louisiana death metal band.
Hell yes. I would listen to
Yep.
Death Swamp.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like Icelandic death metal, but instead it's Creole death metal.
That would be rad.
Yes.
Actually,
Real death metal would be extremely
yeah,
cool.
you can do some really good songs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone now in our chat needs to make that happen.
Those votes coming, people.
Oh, that's
Cajun against
right.
The machine.
Forgot that's going.
I can't. I'm not sure how many minutes we have left on that.
I was gonna say usually
that
most of the
poll.
watches are taken by Pernie, but like Pernie's actually asleep tonight.
It's the
Not
first
asleep, just
time.
unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a difference.
He's just resting.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like doing watch with the book on my back and that pail hanging off my belt loop.
Hmm.
That's not ominous.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
cool. I'll think it-
But I am being a good person. I am not reading through his book.
I imagine you've
Oh,
probably set it down by now.
I wouldn't mind.
You know,
No,
read
I'm
the-
actually kind of worried about something happening and me forgetting and losing it.
Mm.
I actually probably have it literally woven like into a belt loop.
You've got the.
Unless
the-
it's
the
like
fuck
hissing at me to
hanging.
put it the fuck down.
No, I meant more the book because it's big and heavy, but like rather
Again,
than like wearing it on your back
That's
while
my
you're sitting at the camp.
grandfather's.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
fine. That's
Can't
fine.
wait for that to
It
bite
kind
me
of
in the
balances
ass.
upwards.
So any topics for discussion while you're on the first watch here?
I can't think of much. I'm just thinking about what happened today.
Glorpa,
Personally.
what's your favorite plant to fuck?
To fuck or to make love with?
Oh, I'm sorry, make love. I didn't realize I was being so
Two
crass
very
about.
different
I
things.
think Glorpa only makes love. I just have a hunch.
Make love,
Well, it
not war.
depends. The ones with more the ones
Less
with
than a
more
minute on the poll.
So like
tangly
poison
bits,
ivy?
so they can get all of you. Yeah, sometimes it's worth it in the end. You gotta get into those roots and feel where it goes.
At least
well, I
after
don't know
that,
why
when
you
you
asked
get a
that
Just
rash, you won't have to freak
general
out.
curiosity, to be honest. It's like, okay,
I feel like the rash is kind of like a
It's like a claw
reminder
mark
of a
down your
good
back.
time for a
Mhm.
week and a half.
It's like a hickey.
Yeah, there you go. You get it.
Yeah.
I
I
hate
knew
that I
you'd get
do.
it, Trauma.
I really do. But I get it. It makes sense. Sometimes you want it to hurt. That's fine.
Is it weird to ask what race your favorite is to fuck?
I mean, it's a little racist, but
If you make love.
I try not to fetishize any group. Humans are boring.
Oh,
So
he's
I'm just
racist
saying across the
now.
board.
I
They all
mean,
think they're all
fair.
high and mighty. They're actually really boring.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, honestly,
that's fine.
I have never been the sort to turn a consenting adult partner away, unless they really
Wow.
suck as a person.
That's a
Yeah,
good
you know,
standard to keep.
where everything's worth trying at least once or 3 times to make sure. Some people
There you go.
triple check their locks. I triple check my dick.
Have you run off at all since we've met, or is this have you?
It's
just
been a
on
dry spell. It's been
lately?
kind of hard to fuck, to be honest. I mean,
Keep my eyes peeled
Huh?
for you.
I mean,
I'll keep my
Grandpa's-
eyes peeled for you for somebody who doesn't
I
suck.
appreciate it. I mean, I wasn't gonna lay down with any of the corpses we're throwing in the fire. I'm not that kind of cleric.
Maybe
I
there'll be
certainly
like
wouldn't have known if you didn't tell me.
It is a specific kind of cleric.
Find a pitcher plant you can stick your dick
A cobra lily.
in. Mhm.
It goes in and don't come
We can do a
out.
threesome if you need some guidance.
Oh, there's a bee in there. Oh god.
Now it's an orgy.
Hmm.
That would be the saddest last moments for a bee.
Oh boy.
I picture that a lot of Glorpa's interactions where we're all like talking up, it's like, oh, Glorpa's fucking a plant, and it's just cut to Glorpa's just like getting pollen from stamen to a pistol. Saying,
I'm also seeing that
that's
bee.
the-
The
that's
bee
sexist.
cobra lily thing. The bee has Seinfeld's voice. This is not how I wanted to go out.
Whose dick is this?
Oh god, I hate everything.
Oh,
Some days.
Yep.
So at
Is it
this
safe?
point, I would like a perception roll from Danielle and Randy as the ones on watch.
Well, I have a natural 20.
Hey,
Oh.
20 buddy!
What?
They both got nat
Ah,
20s.
Holy
we're so
crap.
perceptive.
Holy crap.
What
Okay.
is with all the 20s
Well,
today?
what do we
Talking about
know?
sex really got us attentive.
Yeah, you're just
Mhm.
really. Glorpa was like, "I'll keep an eye
Guys
out
are
for somebody
around.
for you," and then you just were
And she
both like,
did.
"Maybe there's someone to fuck
Mhm.
right now."
Mhm.
Just really checking. Okay, so two things
Here for you.
are of note that are going to occur over the course of your watch. One is a point where Tromlin, you think you hear at one point in a lull in the conversation that there's that rush of wings that Copernicus heard as his mind broke, and you almost heard it too at the time because it was so crazy what was happening. But there's a rustling of wings that you hear in the night overhead, and you immediately start looking for the red-eyed raven, but you don't see any red eyes in the darkness. You definitely hear the sound of some sizable bird or birds flying over the camp,
Okay.
circling
Dim
around
lights.
maybe twice and then flying off again to the north.
Oh wait, I have dark vision. I don't have a light on unless Glorpa needs it.
No, I imagine if you probably had a bit of a fire going to cook food, but I mean, now it's died to just coals, and there's only the natural light of the night. The clouds have rolled in quite a bit, and it's pretty dark. The moon and stars are pretty shrouded, but enough for your night vision.
All right. Well, that puts me on edge immediately.
So you sort of like put your hand on your weapon and generally are ready for trouble, but nothing really comes, at least not for the rest of your watch.
Which is something we've been discussing, not coming lately.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're like,
Alright.
two things aren't coming right now: trouble and me.
Grandpa's
and
finally
Tromlin.
asleep. If you want to sneak off to the woods and take care of yourself.
Yeah,
That's how I would die.
You're on watch with Glorpa. If there's any two characters in the party
I'll watch you.
That
that would
that is
wander
not
off and hook
fine.
up,
Trumlin needs
Wow, you
private
just
time.
guaranteed that's not happening.
I mean, I imagine to a certain sense, the characters' sensibilities are ensuring that's not happening.
Yeah.
But as we move later into the watch, Glorpa, Danielle, you're a natural 20. You get a whiff of a scent that you generally recognize. So this whole place is basically stank of death until you made this huge fire, and then of course it smelled like smoke and char.
Burning flesh.
Obviously, you picked the end of the
Typical.
camp that was downwind, so that you didn't have to be in the nasty pyre smoke. But now that the pyre has died down and that the smoke has faded and the smell of death has receded to be overcome more by the natural scent of the bog that is far more to your liking, that
Mhm.
scent of the bog is getting stronger and stronger.
Okay.
And you feel like you can smell. You rolled so well on your perception, you smell something coming before it actually arrives. And you
More
hear
a bog?
something is something with a scent like the bog is getting closer and closer to the camp.
I don't know if Glorpa would be worried about that. I think she'd just be comforted.
You did just hear them talking about scavengers being drawn to this place.
Do scavengers smell like bog?
Depends on the
Oh,
scavenger.
wait. Wait, what kind of scavengers are we talking about?
I mean, all kinds of scavengers, slimes, like animals. Like obviously, there's
Okay.
lots of animals that are like, I smell dead things. I will go eat them.
I thought it was scavengers and humanoid or
Like
whatever
people coming to steal
creatures
things. Yeah.
Mhm.
trying to take whatever's left there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Glorpa's cool with that and probably doesn't even mention it because it smells like home.
I mean, there's
Good
already
to know.
been crows in and around the camp like the whole time you guys were working. Because, as soon as they start seeing dead stuff, they're like, free lunch.
But
Um,
importantly, not ravens.
I was gonna
I
ask.
mean, if you don't get a close
wait,
look
I
at them, you can't tell. So,
figured if the bodies were burned, are they still gonna be coming for it?
well, that's what you would think not, but you definitely can smell something
Okay.
coming.
Hmm.
And eventually,
Hmm.
with Tromlin's good roll as well, you will hear something large moving around in the bog outside the camp, getting closer.
Oh, all right.
So you definitely know something's coming. What do you want to do?
We should alert the others. Like, I will cautiously wake Ugna and Fettid, and even attempt to wake my grandfather. By now, he's had a long time to rest.
If you give him a shake, I'll consider this far enough into the long rest that that you come around. So you kind of
Uh,
are like, I wonder if he's even alive, and you poke at him, and like he's lying like a corpse. His body isn't. There's no rise and fall of breath. He looks dead, but his eyes open.
Ooh. I must have had a perfectly normal, unscheduled nap there. Is everyone
I'm
okay?
sorry, Grandpa. I had to do it for your own sake. It was just the best thing to do.
Do I
I
remember
hand you the
getting
bucket.
snapped?
I hand you the bucket, the knife, and the book. I say, I did not look in. I did feed. I think she wants some more spices in her dinners.
There's probably a moment of absolute panic when I first see that like these are not on my person and that someone else has been handling them. Like there's like a moment of undisguised panic, and then you sort of see Grandpa reassemble his face, and he's like, "Oh, thank you very much for watching my things." And I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably immediately sort of pull the bucket aside and check on things.
I say, I also put my name in the book, and that's the only thing I looked at was the page I wrote on.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Ugura, Fettid, Granddad, we're
Yep.
about to have company of some form.
Oh,
Something's advancing, so prepare.
like weapons just come out of Ugna's everywhere.
Yes.
He's just like
Are
suddenly
you gonna
armed.
throw on some armor because you
Just
don't have
taking
any
out
armor?
tea.
That's true. I will throw on some armor if
You
I
wouldn't
can.
sleep in your armor, so you're
No.
gonna start throwing on your armor.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna cover myself in shadows.
yeah, your armor is instant. But as Ugna is putting the armor on, because it takes more than a quick moment, the hulking shape comes rising up out of the swamp, and I'd actually like you, Alina, to switch to the art
I
screen.
can do that.
And I think you might have guessed what art I would like you to put in there.
I may have.
Is the pole gone now? Can we?
Oh, cool.
Yep, the poll is gone. You guys can go back to the.
Thanks, I hate it.
Ooh.
It's me. It's me when I wake up in the morning.
Okay, and so, oh, is it already there?
Yep.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's there.
I must be delayed on the stream here.
Huh.
So I'm not seeing
I
it.
see it.
I see the chat moving by, but I don't see the image. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, there's a hulking mass and kind of a strange like inhuman noise, not unlike a roar, as it pushes down the gate of the camp. And it
Great.
is a shambling mound, and those of you, certain characters will recognize the shambling mound, because Glorpa would know seeing the shambling mound again.
We've seen, yeah.
You've seen
Right.
this
You've
specific
seen this mound
shambling mound.
before.
Oh, this friggin' guy again.
Thanks,
And
Ugna.
as you can see, it's thrusting out like a fistful of dead foliage.
I'm gonna kill it, and
yes.
I'm gonna take that little top hat, and that's gonna be
As it
my
is.
top hat.
Its
Now I'm invested.
gaze falls on Glorpa. We can roll initiative.
Who could blame it?
You never return
my Oh my God.
balls.
Nat 20 for a 22.
Oh,
Wow.
Ugna
that
is
is.
primed and ready to go.
I got a nat 1.
Ooh.
that's the opposite of a nat 20.
You actually fell asleep.
What's my
Now
dex
it's this thing
modifier?
again.
Is it 4?
Uh,
The full?
I have a 13.
Okay.
I've got an 8.
So nat 20. What did Glorpa have? I missed it.
Got a 17.
17. Okay. All right. Who did I miss? Wait a second. Yeah.
Pernie,
yeah.
I think.
Nope. I'm just stupid. I got it all. I just can't count. So, Ugna, you're gonna go first.
Okay.
This shambling mound has shambled its way into the camp,
Well, I'm
and it's like pointing one of its limbs in the direction of Glorpa.
I'm going to get in between Glorpa and the mound with my hammer raised.
I'd like you to make me a dex save.
Sure. 12.
Okay, I was going to say a 12 is probably good enough, and you said a 12, so I'll give that to you. So you're half put your armor on, and you basically hop on one leg to like get over in between Glorpa and this thing. Going, hey, whoa!
Whoa.
Next up is Glorpa.
Thanks, Oog. Yeah. And for the record, I would totally do a shambling mount if they didn't just paw at you so fucking hard every time. They don't even ask. They like always go for the chokehold and they don't ask if you're into it. It's really fucked up.
Oh yeah,
They're
that's
not-
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about that beforehand.
You want to make me an insight check?
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Hang on, my
Oh wow, I have a lot of insight. Good thing I rolled
my
low.
acrobat is
Look, if
completely
there's anything you
crashed.
know, it's whether or not plants want to fuck.
Or if they're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a 14 for insight.
You, if you look closely at the artwork, you might
Where
notice
is that
on
in the
Which
on the
feed?
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would take me too long to open it. I don't even know how to open that.
Oh, I can
Sorry.
Hold on, Danielle.
post it in
Give
our
me a second.
Twitter, I think.
1 second.
How are
You
you
can just
sending?
post
Actually,
it
I
on
can just
Twitter.
go on Twitter and click the
Okay,
link.
that too. I was gonna DM it to you on
Yeah, I'll-
Twitter
Yeah, that's
because
what I
I
was
just
gonna
screen
do.
capped it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that works.
So, hold on, Danielle. Let me just send it to you at Twitter.
Thanks,
It's your thing.
honey.
It's sending right now. There you go.
All right. I see ya. Oh, thanks. Yeah, there's parts of him that's real handsome.
Particular, if you look
a shame.
at the right hand side or his left, the arm that is reaching out to you. So with that insight roll, you realize that the dead plants that are part of the mound
Yeah.
there are actually not part of the mound. It's trying to hand them to you.
So nice.
You should let us know that.
Oh.
Yeah, Ugna looks like
Because
he's
we're
ready
about
to
to
fight
attack
this
him.
guy.
Yeah.
Can
No,
you guys
you-
not tell? He's
You can
trying to
probably
be
with
nice.
that insight, you can probably
All
tell
right.
we're all drawing weapons about to attack.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Ugna looks like she's like a
Alright, so
half
Glorpa
I
second
yells
from
literally
holding an
just
fire.
threatened to
espresso.
take his hat.
I mean, I think you
Oh
still
my
should. It'd
God.
look better on you. Yeah. Glorpa puts her arms up and I guess says, hold on," and gently moves her hand questionably with like ready to do something else
Just
with the other
noticed the
hand,
bow
but just in
tie
case,
on the goddamn
puts her
thing.
hand forward. Like, where'd you find this, Lane?
The artwork? Alina drew that.
Yeah, Lane
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going to tell you why, but I do
Oh
need
my
you to draw a
God!
shambling mound with a top hat
Oh
and a
my
bow
God,
tie.
that's amazing.
And I was like, all
It's
right.
so good.
That's so cute.
No explanation necessary.
What happens if I put my hand out?
If you reach your hand out to it, basically will hand you the
Aw.
bouquet of dead plant material. You can't understand anything that it's making weird like noises, but it does qualify as a plant, so you do have the option.
I'm gonna ask him, is this I hope, is this for me and is it all you're bringing to me?
Are you casting Speak with Plants?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. In that
Can I
case,
do that in this round?
yeah, you can. All you've done so far is speak and reach out your hand to take some flowers, so you haven't used an action yet. So you cast
Cool.
Speak with Plants and say, "For me," and it will respond, "Gift."
Aw.
Oh, I like the dumb ones. That's great.
Oh, you found your
The,
shambling himbo.
Aw.
Oh, shambling himbo.
Your shimbo?
Ambling himbo.
Himbo. Oh,
Good.
Indeed.
Oh, my Shimbo.
I've gone
Okay,
from
so
wanting to murder this
Oh.
guy to wanting to defend him with my life.
it goes next. It goes next, and it's going
Good
to
thing.
kind of it says gift to you, but it also kind of is drawing back a little angrily that Ugna has kind of launched herself up on its grill in order to get between
Oh.
you and the shambling mound. So it's sort of like does
Can
like
I
a
talk to it still?
"Rrrr."
Oh.
What did
Oh.
you want to do? Sorry.
Just, friend.
Just friend, not fucking. Just
Go.
friend.
Zone.
You didn't use a movement.
Friend zone him.
No benefits.
Oh, you're referring to Ugna, right?
Ugna, yeah, sorry. Letting them know she's friend.
So you still had your movement, so you could like get in front of Ugna and basically like no. I'm not.
So I get in front
Oh,
of you, and
okay.
then you get in
Yes,
front of
that's
me, and you're like, nope, nope.
I like that me getting in front of you really doesn't do anything to like the top half of your body.
Yeah, you're just sort of like down below them.
Mhm.
You sort of get in front of Ugna, and now you're like sort of in the shadow of the breasts.
How tall are shambling mounds? Because they're big, right?
Yeah, like
They're like a
Hey,
large
bigger than
creature.
you.
Yeah,
Bigger than you.
yeah, yeah.
It
So
might be.
you're
It might be
you feel
huge. They're
very
at least
tiny
large.
in between the two of us. You're
Just
very large,
quickly
protecting
checking.
people all around
Glorpa's
you.
not a size queen, but she is into it.
Yeah, large size category. So
Gotcha. So I could wrestle him
Yep.
if I needed to.
so could Glorpa apparently.
I mean,
I'd
true.
let you, girl.
Hell yeah.
Open relationships for sure. You're good.
Okay,
You wrestle him as much as you want.
make me a persuasion roll, Glorpa.
Which one of us? Oh,
This is you.
let's
This is you
see.
trying to actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you roll this on nature.
Oh, okay.
Friend.
Should I
Much
just use the
more
same
your
roll?
wheelhouse. Yeah, use the dice roll, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
nature instead.
Great.
So +7.
21.
So
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. 26.
oh wow, yeah. So yeah, you head off what would have been an attack on his turn there from the threat of Ugna by sort of going. No, you get in between and you do like Chris Pratt in the Jurassic World thing. Do whatever the hand gesture is at the at the shambling himbo, which is what I'm going to call it from now on, obviously. So he will pause and sort of like not attack and he'll say, because you understand him, you're speaking with plants still, so he will say, he's like, safe. Like he clearly thinks this might be a danger to you. Got to protect you.
For me, you're not completely safe, but I am safe. You will be safe if I can keep talking to her. So just it's fine. It's fine.
He says,
It's all good.
call.
Call?
If you'll remember the last thing you said to the shambling mound
Call
when
me.
you guys
Call me.
the end of the
You said to call. Yeah.
was call me.
Wow.
Oh
Damn. Way to
yeah.
pull that back.
And Jeff, it's your turn.
Chickens come home to roost.
Nice.
And Jeff, you're up.
It's my turn.
Yep.
I'm just gonna start laughing. And that will be all I do on my turn.
Oh,
You're not privy to the conversation in plant, but you can see that Glorpa is trying to stop
I
Una.
can pick up on the body language. This
I can
just
tell
looks
there's-
extremely funny to me.
There's more
You
than one
also
rotting
probably- you
mound
can
in the
relate.
bog tonight.
I mean, I can see the top hat and the little bow tie and the bouquet. I know what's going on.
You can relate because this is basically
And
what
it's
Fettid would
extremely
do
good.
to woo someone, is just be disgusting, but like add a top hat and a bow tie.
Top hat made of rotting meat.
I mean, I will admit, I'm looking extremely enviously at that top hat. Like,
It's a good hat.
if he makes a wrong move, I'm gonna kill him and take that hat.
If he breaks your heart.
I mean, you can
Mhm.
take the hat without killing him. Like, you have options.
I mean, eventually the hat comes
bet I-
off
Yeah.
for sex, so
yeah,
Does the hat stay on?
I think this one keeps
Well,
I
his
think the
hat
hat
on.
stays
I don't
on.
know.
it depends.
I think it's probably.
So next is
Yeah.
Copernicus then.
I only regained consciousness 12 seconds ago,
Yeah,
and I
and this
haven't
is
been
happening.
I haven't been unconscious in a long
Right.
time, and clearly, like, something's gone on. So I'm just gonna blink a lot. I think I'm gonna do a lot of spit takes for the camera,
Mhm.
and but I'll
what?
and that's it.
Then Tromlin, and then it sounds like we may be leaving combat time. So
Yeah, I mean, my idea was to throw oil on it and try to catch it on fire, but now it seems kind of rude.
Yeah, I feel a little guilty.
Yeah.
I don't, but I mean, I'll let my friend get wetter than she was. Like, I wave to the sham like, hey.
so
Thumbs
back to
up,
the
I
top.
guess.
Back to the top. Then all that really matters here is what Ugna does. So what's going on then, Ugna?
I'm kind of looking down at Glorpa and at the mound, and I will like shrug and look back at the others, and then like take a step back.
Yep.
There we go. Glorpa's gonna take him by the tendril and pat him, and I guess kind of look back at y'all and wink.
Tonight, that mound is a man.
And head. I mean, is there any danger?
I mean, a shambling mound is a
Oh,
monster,
wow.
but whatever.
Is there any danger that I'm in? By I mean, this
Be
is a
on
really
top.
bad idea.
Be
Glorpa
on
would know
top.
better than being
Yeah,
all wood.
yeah.
It's larger,
I
but
can tap out if I have to.
sort of things happen.
You have a talk about that kind of stuff
Right.
beforehand. It's fine.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, you
yeah.
you can become larger. It's up to you. You could be a bear
What
if you
could
wanted.
I
to.
morph into?
What?
I'll ask him
Bear.
what
So
he's
many
into.
species
Shambling.
barriers
I don't need
being
to do this
broken
in
at
front
the
of you
same time.
guys.
At this point, I look around like, can someone please relieve me of watch? I really want to go to sleep now.
I'll just give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll
Be like,
take over for you.
The other
Yeah,
end of the camp with the stinking pyre is not a bad space to be at.
Yeah.
But maybe who knows? Is Glorpa going for a walk, or is
But yeah.
Just going off into the
everyone
woods.
gonna? Okay, so nobody has to like flee.
I will stand
Unless you
watch
don't
with
want to hear
Fettid.
us, in which case you might want to flee.
Glorpa is going for a walk with the Shambling Mound. I don't know how far out of earshot you're going. Whether people want to like take
Not far enough.
oral precautions.
So once they
Mm.
are out of sight but not out of hearing, I'm just gonna like glance over at Fettid and be like, "That was weird, right? Like that was weird."
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, yeah.
It was
I mean, good for her,
definitely on the weirder end.
But that was weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, good for her.
I want that hat so bad though. Mm.
It's a
I
good
will
hat.
get you a top hat if I have to.
Mm.
Actually, can I see if there's any top hats amongst the things left behind?
Oh. Typical
That's a
Tom
finder's
Duffy,
fee.
Locate top
attire.
hat.
They
Mhm.
might have stolen
If
one.
there's all
though.
this merchant stolen stuff, maybe there's a top hat.
I would allow. Where's the stream? I've lost the stream. I have too many windows open and now I don't know where the stream is.
We've got a moment here, and I've already
Did I
got the
close it?
fan
Oh, here
art
it is.
open. So I am just going to show off this awesome
Oh, no.
thing Lar sent us.
Oh no.
Oh, of course.
I'm terrified to know what it is because a lot of
Oh.
really bad things have happened.
A lot of really
I'm
bad things
happy.
have happened tonight.
A lot of bad things
I'm
are currently
scared.
happening.
Scared.
A lot of good things are happening.
I mean, I guess.
A lot of
I'm trying to
things
decide
are
how-
happening.
I'm trying to decide how to describe the noises. Like
There
I'm
we
like,
go.
oh, there we go.
Oh yes, it's perfect.
It's so good.
The finger garnish is really.
Look, assuming that's actually
What
my
nails it for
grandmother,
me.
I want to take care of her, okay?
It's the candelabra and the
course.
white gloves. I love
Oh,
it.
there we
I
go.
love it.
Mhm.
Be professional or don't even fucking try.
Right?
So upset that I'm on a delay of some sort because I still can't see it. Come on.
Lady
up,
fingers.
Steam.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is. That's good.
So good.
That is good. Man. There's like someone just said something about Beauty and the Beast in the chat, but I think there's a real Beauty and the Beast vibe off the bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Finger food. Yes.
Oh boy. So Alina, can you don't need to take the picture down. You can just remind me what's the current status of hero points and
Oh yeah.
inspirations and so forth. I think a hero point is too much. I'm gonna stay in inspiration. What's Fettid got for inspirations?
He's full.
He's full. Perfect.
Yeah, I haven't used. I used
I'm gonna-
one to try and not go insane, and that failed.
I'm gonna let you spend inspiration like a lesser hero point here to edit the story. And we'll have a scene here where in the distant shadows at the edge of vision as Glorpa and Shambling Mound are kind of walking off into the darkness, hand in sludge. And I actually kind of sludge in sludge. But anyway, there's like a half turn to camera as Glorpa reaches up and pulls off the top hat and kind of tosses it like like you
Incredible.
do, undoes the
Now I have a
bow
top.
tie and you kind of slip your way over with your swarm hand and snatch that top hat.
Oh,
So that-
storm
This is
hand,
great.
that-
Now I
that'll-
just have to update all my character art.
Good.
So now I have a top hat.
I have a filthy beat up top hat
Excellent.
Mhm.
that you stole from the dump, except it just
Mhm,
happened to be the living part of the dump.
The dump came to you.
I assume when I picture it, just like the mental image comes with the top of the top hat open, like the top of a can that's been can opened.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
it is.
not-
It is in the image.
It was.
Here,
Yeah,
let me-
Absolutely.
drawing.
let me switch
Yep.
back.
Absolutely.
If it isn't already, he's going to do it to it. Just to
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
like
for the
when
style,
Jughead
with
gets
some
his hand
flair.
on a hat and like folds it up and puts the pins on
Yeah,
it.
you kind of
Like,
can't see it
gotta
because it's against
cut
the
the
tree in the
crown.
background, but it's got the flipped
Oh
up
yeah,
top.
no, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did you put it back up?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like there's a Disney moment of the clouds break enough for just a little bit of moonlight, just so that Shambling Mound and Glorpa can do the half turn to camera and like throw the hat off and then lean in, and there's at that point there's lips.
It's just
Glorpa
there's
has lips.
You don't
silhouette.
know where either of us ends
Ah.
or
They're
begins.
merged.
Yeah.
Some tendril of the Shambling Mound becomes the spaghetti strand in the anyway who knows.
Wow.
There's fireflies.
All right.
But since the
Something's
tendril
going
is
on
part
with
of him, is Glorpa basically sucking his shambling
We
dick?
don't-
Oh boy.
he has mini Shambling dicks. Yeah.
There's nothing you can't put in the mouth on that thing.
And the clouds go nope and unpart, and that is no longer visible.
Darkness.
Fade,
Darkness.
fade to green.
I think whatever god did that.
Yes, yep.
We're just gonna like
We
start
fade for
whistling
the
in camp just to cover up the noises.
we'll fade like
Just like
I was
whistling a
honestly
jaunty sea tune.
trying to think of how to describe noises, and I was like, what is like the sound of
A
mulching?
lot of
And
wet slapping.
Yeah, like
Like somebody
across the
turning over a
sound of-
compost heap.
Smacking.
yeah, someone like shoveling
Yeah.
mulch combined with someone
Yeah.
pulling a boot out of mud, and that
Yeah, that's the one. When you're stepping
Kinda
through
just-
some wet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Someone stepping through some wet. That's all
Cool.
I gotta say.
I hate everything.
Who's got next watch?
Stupid.
Fettid and
Hey,
Ugna.
Grandpa's back on duty.
Well, I'm not going to be able to sleep after that mental image, so I'll take it.
Ugna's already up. She's whistling.
Everybody's up now.
We're both
Everybody's
just
with
like,
Cromlin.
"Ugh."
Cromlin is like hiding under his bedroll.
Like, nope.
Those sounds are following me to sleep, and I'm having just the worst nightmares.
I love that you're both our sex addict, but also so far our most brutish person.
Yep.
Look, I
Very
have the decency to
specific-
be a sex addict in private.
But
No
consider
one
it
watches a
something.
Minotaur fist me.
Yet. Anyway.
That's what we likes about you.
You just see the after effects when I'm waddling oddly.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I just
it took a few
glanced at
days,
the
I imagine.
chat. I just glanced at the chat, and there is some amazing stuff in there.
Glorpa, Glorpa.
Lightly running her fingers through the banana peel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Shimbo as the clearly the definite
more
name
like
of
the
this thing.
smash heap. Oh god.
Oh dear.
I just think of that meme
Oh.
of Jesus. No, banned. Another year without sin.
Yep.
Okay, so
Well, you attract the crowd you deserve.
It's true. We are here to be trash.
oh my goodness. So there aren't any major events for the rest of the watches, other than at one point, Grampa Pernie, as you're sitting watch kind of by yourself with during, I'll say, Ugna's watch towards the morning, and Ugna is kind of doing some morning exercises and stuff while she's got some extra time before everyone else gets up anyway. You're, as you do, pouring through your book, reading and rereading its ancient wisdom / horrors, and you will kind of have a bit of a moment where you think you hear some of that rushing of wings noise that you heard when you kind of lost your mind. And it's coming from all around, like it's in your head, and you sort of do a start. But looking around, there's nothing immediately in your vicinity. And it fades, and you kind of like look around and you'll see the red-eyed raven perched on one of the spike poles of the fence right nearby, watching you, like maybe 20 feet away from you, and it's very clearly watching you.
I think I might try to do banishment on it so that Ugna can then like jump on where it's gonna return to and grab it. So I've got questions.
All right, you're gonna do a banishment on it.
Yeah, I just want to double check banishment works the way that I remember.
So if banishment will,
Imprison it on a demi-plane.
yeah, it just disappear, at least temporarily.
Yeah.
If it is
Spell
from another plane, it will be banished back to its home plane.
Okay.
If it's native to this plane, it will be banished to a nearby, to like a demi plane. So it'll just vanish for the length of the spell's duration.
Okay, so I think I might try and do that, and then
Is your idea that you'd have like Glorp or not Glorpa,
Ugna?
Ugna ready
Yeah.
to like
Yeah,
grab it when it reappears in that spot?
yeah.
Is the idea?
Or,
I
like,
guess
we could
that's
get,
doable thing.
yeah, we've got like a minute actually, I think.
Yeah, up to a minute as you concentrate.
Yeah, so we could literally like we could rouse the party, and like when it comes back, we're all just like in a circle around it, ready to jump it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and cast banishment on it.
I will roll a charisma saving throw.
Against DC 15, please.
I have made that. I don't know what its bonus is, but I rolled an 18, so it's going to make it
Nice.
even without a bonus.
Okay.
So you cast the banishment, so you use your spell slot, you cast the banishment, but it does not disappear.
Oh poop.
Actually, oh no, I can't
It's-
inspiration its save.
Yeah, I would say you can spend an inspiration to potentially, I mean, I know you can use a luck, for example, the luck merit that way. And I feel like the luck merit is meant, luck feat is meant to sort of be like multiple inspirations.
That's your
Yeah,
last
So yeah, I'll let you spend an
inspiration, but it
inspiration.
seems like a good
Oh
thing to
yeah,
leave it
this
on.
is your last one. Are you sure you want to spend it?
Yeah.
Right.
You are now
Want
out
that
of
for-
all points. You have no points.
That was the case last session, and I had a black token against me. So
Right.
we're looking pretty here.
You're
This is
doing
better
better.
than
Yeah,
Grampa's
it's fine.
normally doing.
Good.
I'm sorry to say that he still made it.
All right.
It was
He
worth a
rolled
shot.
14,
It
you
was.
but
know?
he's actually
Yeah.
got a
Yeah,
pretty
it was
solid
definitely
bonus.
a good try.
That was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
No regrets.
I'm just double checking that I'm right about his bonus, just in case I am wrong, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a +4. Yeah. So no dice, he made the saving throw.
Ew.
All right. Well, does it run away when the attempted spell is cast?
So it does like when you cast the spell at it, do like the horrible noises that you make in green eerie light, and it sort of shakes itself like a bird does when it's like trying not to fall asleep. Then cocks its head and looks at you again, and it opens its beak, and you hear a voice in your head say, "Well, that wasn't very nice."
Ooh.
Can I try and reply in my head?
Yeah.
Well, neither is spying. What brings you to the corpse heap this morning?
New in town?
You do.
Hmm.
She knows you now.
And what does she think?
I don't presume to speak for her. What do you want? What is your business here?
Our business is our own, and we keep our own counsel. But until we've achieved the purpose we came here for, I suspect we'll be seeing a lot more of each other. What do you want?
War is ancient, Warlock. Be very careful before you choose a side. And with that, the raven is going to like burst up into flight and fly off into the early dawn.
Okay.
I would like you to roll Arcana
All right.
now that you have directly interacted with this beast.
17.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that good enough. You recognize a warlock's familiar when you see one. You yourself at one time might have considered walking the Pact of the Chain, but that is definitely what you think you're interacting with here.
Okay. Cool.
Now, while this is occurring, I am not going to get into any great detail about what Glorpa's been doing, but at some point,
What
at
hasn't
some
she been
point,
doing?
there will be some degree of solemnance. There will be some kind of rest and slumber. And during that time, Glorpa is going to have a dream.
Another one.
Hell yeah.
And this is your feature, so this is stuff you get. And I will of course reveal that the topic of your vision has been chosen by the chat. So
Plant dick. Obviously.
you see, luckily this poll came up before the plant dick, and no one got it. But anyway, I didn't make that an option.
And yet
anyway.
it's still plant dick, weirdly.
So that's what you're actually seeing in the vision. You're seeing. So in the vision, you see a young man, or like maybe middle-aged, so handsome, dark hair, strong jaw, wearing a sort of dark leather apron like a tradesperson. And he is sitting on like a bench in a not like a park, but like a wild space that has some curation to it, like probably near a town, because there's like path and bench and that sort of thing. And on the bench with him is sitting this beautiful woman. The beautiful woman is all wearing like all in robes, like almost like a clergyman's robe. There's like the actual, like a vestment, like a ribbon, very wide sleeves and so on. And she has dark hair, but she kind of looks ageless. And you kind of think that he sort of does too. He's handsome and dark haired, but he's not like particularly young, but also not, you wouldn't, there's no sign of gray yet. There's no kind of like middle-aged. And you realize with a start that it's Copernicus.
Oh.
That this is Copernicus before he went gray, like in his like younger middle-aged days. Or again, it's hard to actually guess, even in this younger version, how old he is. And he reaches and holds hands with this woman, and he says, "I've made my decision. I will come with you. I really want to see. I want to see this for myself. I want to see this with my own eyes. I've studied this sort of thing for a long time, and I absolutely do believe you, but I want to take you up on this offer and see it for myself. And she smiles, but only with the lower part of her face. Her eyes don't change at all. And
Huh.
she says, "You will see." And there's like a flash. It's like in have you ever seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies? No, or a
Yeah.
long time ago, you don't remember them.
Long time. Oh, you got it. Thank you.
You remember like whenever like Frodo touches the ring or picks up the ring or they put on the ring, there's like that flash of the big fiery eye. You get
Yeah.
you get that, but with the dark shadowed eye that
Cool.
Fettid and Tromlin were seeing earlier.
Creep eye.
As she smiles.
Do I see it in her eyes or just like I just see it as well?
You kind of see it in her eyes, like it's behind
Ooh.
her eyes for a moment. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a certain reveal or not. I think I'll save that. So I think the vision kind of flashes forward, like there's like a journey, so it's almost like montagey, like it cuts between like the two of them walking together and like adventuring together and like having, like they're clearly going somewhere, but like it's an eventful journey and lots of stuff happens and like they're fighting some monsters together, and they're like sneaking through a dark forest, or they're climbing a treacherous mountainside, and eventually the vision gets to a desert, and at the end of the vision the last thing you see is like there's like some day and night. It's very very hard going as they're traveling through this desert. At the beginning of they have like a camel or some similar a beast of burden. It dies somewhere along the way and they don't have it anymore. But the vision ends with like a massive sunrise, this huge burning sun over the sands, with a single black like obsidian pyramid looming over the desert, and like a sense of revelation that this is what they were looking for. And that's when you wake up. And then you wake up to plant dig. So many
It's still in
plant
there.
tendrils
Oh.
of various kinds.
There's
Great way
a
to
morning
fall
wood
asleep.
on here somehow.
Copernicus feels unclean for some reason, and he's not sure why. And it's morning, everybody's waking up. It's good.
Ah. Well, that
So
was
the
a fun
attack type
dream.
of the shambling mound, by the way, involves an engulf. So that's sort of what's going on over there. If you get hit by both slam attacks of the shambling mound, you are engulfed by it. I'm just reading what's in the monster description.
That sounds great in a way.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I got some breakfast. Breakfast's on.
Whoa. Whoa.
What's your deal with the Shimbo? Are you gonna like
Sneak out of bed.
wake up and sneak out and be like that was the passing ship in the night, or are you gonna like
Yeah.
try and do a long distance
Yeah.
thing?
Luckily, there's no way for him to really. I didn't expect him to find me, to be perfectly honest, but
He obviously likes you.
I don't leave my. Oh, yeah. I got many other plans to look forward to in the future, though, so I make no promises. Glorpa walks off and Yeah, he's
Oh.
he's not gonna figure out where I am.
Shit.
I don't know. He seems like he's content.
I mean, if you're going
Well,
back
yeah,
to the
that's
camp,
a stupid
you're
thing
right
to say,
there.
isn't it? Never
but-
mind.
So you
Hmm.
have to give him
Uh,
a call anytime you're back in Storm
mean,
Hell.
It's up to you. Like you can talk to him. You can sort of like
Yeah.
establish that you don't intend to that this is a one night thing and thanks for the good times. It's up to you.
I'll tell him, don't call me. But that was a good time, thanks. I'll see you. Not.
He is gonna write some sad poetry.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Sad,
Gonna
disgusting
make him a
poetry.
poet.
You don't know. It
The
depends
few
on
words in it.
how you approached this, right? You can start right out with the whole this is going to be a one night thing, and then he goes
True.
away with like the amazing stories. Like I just want to point out, you do. I mean, I don't want to point this. I'm pointing this out because I thought of it. Now everyone has to. But you do have a lot of plant affecting abilities. I mean, there's that Shambling Mountains night. There's druid crafting. There's plant growth. There's
Oh yeah. Oh, jeez.
create and
I'm sorry. I
control
should really think
water.
about this.
Entangle.
I'm
It's
so used to nothing but combat. I'm
Arc
gonna think about
skin.
all these spells in a different way
Ooh.
from now
Anyway.
on.
Arc skin would help with
Control
BDSM.
water. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that would.
So depending on how
with.
you choose to approach this, I'm happy with you. If you want this to end in heartbreak, or if you want this to end in this young shambling mound had the night of its life. It's all.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
go back
all
to
kinda
up to
trash
you.
heap a whole new
I
man.
expected. I expected this to be a one night thing, and that was
Yeah.
it. I don't want to leave him in shambles, but I think that be fine. Thanks.
Eight.
Excellent. Well done.
Good.
I think
you're
he'll
just
be
gonna-
all
you're
right.
just
I
gonna
think
make
he'll be
sure-
all right.
This mound is the best lover that you could train in a night. For
There we
other
go.
He's had an
other plant
education.
based.
Yeah, Glorpa likes to think that she's training others and that she's really great at this. So
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, she had a great night. That was great. Entangled definitely happened at some point. That was fun. It was on herself. Anyway, she's coming
Okay.
rolling out for breakfast. She's into it.
So yeah, so you guys are all waking up and Ugna is there having prepared some breakfast. We'll see how well this goes.
Good
This is
news,
usually
everybody.
Tromlin's wheelhouse.
It's protein oatmeal again. I put extra protein powder in today.
Protein powder is basically in what in D&D setting? Salt pork.
Yeah, salt pork.
Ooh.
It's just oats
Salt
and
pork
salt
oatmeal.
pork boiled together.
How did she do on the roll? That cooking
Delicious.
as
How
a taste.
how about
I mean,
how
you've
about
been to the pits. They don't feed us. They feed us lots, but they don't feed us well.
how about you make me a chef's tools roll? You are not proficient.
No.
Can I please aid?
It depends on. Let's
I remember you
I
were
sure
crying
rolled a
under the
6.
blanket.
Alina, how early did you start cooking? Is it going to be possible for Tromlin to get involved?
Was I middle of the night watch or was I morning watch? Because if I was
You
morning
were the
watch,
last
Middle of the
watch.
night.
this thing has been
You were
simmering
last
for a bit.
watch. You're in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
This has been simmering for a while. And I rolled a 6, so it's not. I've literally just put like water and salt pork, and I did not rinse it first, in with some oats.
Very, very salty. But because you're doing that, then Tromlin, when you get up and come over and give it a taste, you have the option of attempting to fix this.
Yeah, what am I rolling for this?
I think we'll call it because you can only do so much with what's already there. I would say make an aid action for Ugna, so Alina gets a reroll.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Another 6. Good. It's bad. It tastes awful.
Yeah.
I imagine
the only other thing
every
you could
pit
do here,
fighter has iron stomach because this is the kind of stuff that we cook.
So what can I do with chef tools?
Throw it out.
yeah, I would say that you can also make me a roll on your own chef's tool. So this will be this isn't going to be dex based for you. This is going to be wisdom plus proficiency bonus. So it's basically the same as your insight and other related skills.
So
Similar
it's
to your
insight
perception.
plus my.
No. So just it's the same number as your insight. It's +7.
Okay.
It's wisdom plus proficiency. So it's a total of +7.
17.
So this is, you doctor it as best you can. You basically add some other flavors, add more oats to increase the
Dilute it
volume so the
little bit.
saltiness isn't so bad.
I will also, as I do this, try to explain to Ugna some minor things like rinsing the salt pork first.
Oh man, we never do that back at the pits. You need that extra
Yeah,
salt.
but see, not everyone is as used to salt as you are,
Oh.
and it's
You
harder
need
for
salt if
some
you're
people.
sweating all day. I mean, it's real important.
Yeah, it is. But no one here but you has really been doing a lot of sweating and needs to replace a lot of salt.
Oh, really?
Should we do
I
morning
don't
You're
session?
a puddle. You don't sweat. You're always wet. You are sweat. The salt content in you has nothing to do with sweat. You are your own protein content.
You make your own gravy.
Yes.
In a game with a lot of quotes, that's the quote of the game. Out of context, man. You know what? The salt content in you has nothing to do with how much you sweat.
Am I wrong?
Beg your pardon?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I will also
Wow.
say, well, here are some things that would complement, like pepper. Put a little pepper in, like
No,
other
dude.
like.
This is why I always let you do the cooking. I
appreciate that you. I really do appreciate it, but sometimes I'm not gonna be around, and who knows? Maybe you'll meet someone one day, and you want to impress them with a meal, and I want you to be able to do that.
mean,
or
if I was gonna meet someone and impress them, I wasn't gonna cook for them. I'll
fair
just,
enough, you just bench
flex
press
a couple
them.
times.
Fair enough, you just bench press them. Okay.
I mean, anybody dating me isn't exactly dating me for my culinary skills.
I know it's your good looks.
Yeah.
So Glorpa has re-emerged from the swamp, like literally, like nearby in the swamp. Some of the swamp mass just reforms into Glorpa. I imagine.
Behold
I
the
was just
come
thinking about
familiar.
I was just thinking about your ability to like water merge means that in like what that means in the context of like a
Ooh.
bog. Like you just literally appear and disappear at will.
I like this. I directly go over to what Ugna's been cooking, stick my fingers in it, lick it.
And we are not eating
It
this
tastes just like
now.
it's
I'm
good.
starting a new breakfast.
It's good.
I'm sorry, Ugna, and you know why we're not eating that? Because you've got a.
I mean, it still looks good.
You know where those fingers have been.
Ooh,
You don't know
yeah.
where they've been.
I'm starting
I'm
a new breakfast.
trying not to think about where they've been.
I rolled
What
a
are you-
23 to make
what
a
are you
new
doing?
breakfast.
What are you doing with the pot of the old breakfast?
Surely the Quaggles will want the sex porridge.
I will not let the Quackles have sex porridge. I give the sex porridge last
That is-
rights. And
Not
I-
fair to the Quaggles. You know their taste.
you know what? You could go ask them if they want to eat your fuck
You
soup.
say the
That's
Quaggles.
fine.
The Quaggles aren't here. They all headed back. The only Quaggle around at the moment is Fettid.
Oh, it's
And we're
really-
not giving Fettid
Well,
fuck
I was
soup.
talking about Fettid. I know he'd
I
love
mean,
it.
I'll eat it,
No,
but
I'd rather you have a real I pour it out on the ground and give it
All
last
right.
rites.
That could make it worse.
I
Because
was gonna say, okay, so it's been poured out on the ground. Fettid, are you still gonna eat it?
I mean,
Easier to
I
get
am
to.
putting stuff on.
I'm gonna wait and see what else is on offer because there might be something.
I'm going to attempt to make smoked fish
Ooh.
cooked.
Okay.
I'm gonna make like a berry compote, and I have some bread. We'll have some toast. We'll have a nice breakfast that does not have any shimbo fluids in it.
We had a nice breakfast, but all right.
You were someone's nice breakfast, okay? We don't care.
I was.
Oh, does he want to eat that? I don't know. I don't know. What he
No,
eats.
I don't care what he wants to eat. He's already eaten enough. We could go. Breakfast for
Yeah, he's
everybody.
satisfied. Don't worry.
The Satyr goes off,
Oh,
sits
you mean
alone,
sex?
irritated. You're all propulsive.
That's a quote for the character sheet from Ugna. Oh, you mean sex?
It really is a great quote.
Summarize Ugna.
Yep.
I almost feel like Fettid should be making a willpower save to, like, if someone's pouring food on the ground and then just leaving it there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I should probably roll for that.
Also,
Call
see
that a
how
wisdom.
I will
It's a wisdom.
get everybody to look at the chat and see
Uh.
Fettid's stylish new hat. I love it.
So cute.
Oh, that's
It's
perfect.
Oh.
very good.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
Mara.
god.
I like that he's wearing the one
I
hat
love
over the
it.
other hat, because of course he wouldn't throw it out.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Well,
no.
of course.
Two hats.
You're-
Two hats
Oh,
is twice as much
oh,
hat.
better hats.
Yeah.
Oh, I
obviously
love
two
it.
hats is better. Oh,
Yeah.
you
get
know,
one of the flowers
Twice as much
too.
hat.
Jeff, I don't know if you know this. You know why Lar loves drawing your character so much?
No.
He made a brush for the swarm.
Oh,
Very
wow.
good.
He
Incredible.
made a Fettid swarm brush.
Oh my god. That's so good. Oh, it's so good. Alright,
Oh
so
my
willpower.
Very.
Yeah, so it's a
Lar,
wisdom
you're
save.
amazing.
The wisdom save.
What is that, a wisdom?
Yeah.
Alright,
wisdom save.
12 total.
Yeah, I
12
think that
total.
the meal is being made and it's on offer and that's happening, but as soon as nobody's looking at the part of the ground where the food was dumped out, much like if somebody drops something and then turns their back and the dog is around.
I love that
Mhm.
your dog is
Gonna
right behind you as this is brought up
Yep.
too.
Yeah, Ollie is like, what did someone say
Something
about
about
the
dog?
food being dumped on the
Dog?
ground? Something
Aw.
about porridge and pork on the ground. I'm into this.
What are you growling about, Ollie?
He says, I want the food. Why do you get all the food spill?
Yeah, he heard us talking about food, now he's mad.
So, yeah, that'll happen when, blessedly, for Tromlin's sanity at least, that happens when nobody's looking. So, you prepare a wonderful meal. There's like I was saying, they didn't take all the stores because they can't. Effectively, they were only 20 of them. They focused primarily on things of monetary value, and then took stores for, additional weight, which means there's plenty of stuff here for you to cook with. You can top up all of your rations and everything
Right.
else as well while you're at it. So you find like a good store of smoked fish and dried fruits and hardtack and other things, and you make toast and all the rest of it. So you are well fed, and I will we'll finish up our game time here probably with some RP, because I think you all have some interesting information now to share. For example, Glorpa
Glorpa
has got to
definitely,
share all the gory details about the. Anyway, I'm kidding.
For once, she's gonna keep this one slightly to herself because she's still thinking about it.
So,
But she's gonna sidle up to Copernicus
Yeah.
and just ask Grandpa, sir, Mister, do you did Barb have dark hair?
Yeah, she did. The most beautiful dark hair you've ever seen. Well, why do you
Aw.
ask?
Just curious. Just curious. Yep, that's it. I'm just curious.
Well, I feel that I should warn the rest of the group that we had a visit from one of the ravens this morning.
oh really?
And I don't know exactly what happened, but I can speak to it with my thoughts. And we had a little chat. What happened to me when I was preparing the ritual, going fishing yesterday, was I
Good
think I
save.
got. Thank you. Actually, I failed the save. I think I think I may have accidentally, or perhaps intentionally, made contact with whatever has been behind the various orchestrations of these shadows and birds and threats. And well, you don't want to look too closely at it. It's something powerful and ancient and horrifying, and it is taking an interest in us. Um, and I'm not saying we should stop. If anything, I'm more curious than ever now. But I'm saying that we should tread with caution. And I do believe that there is a warlock out there who is controlling the red-eyed raven that we've seen. Um, and they don't know why we're here, but they certainly are paying very close attention.
Great.
Huh.
Well, thanks for telling us. I mean, now we have a vague idea. That's important.
Yeah.
It seems that whatever conflict is currently stirring the pot is much older than our involvement in what's happening here. And I think we may have just stumbled in at the wrong time or the right time, depending on how things play out. It seems
Huh.
there's a war coming or going. There's a war happening. It certainly seems to be heating up.
Oh, wow. But how could there be a war going on if one camp of the bandits is dead and the other ones are still alive?
I think this is a lot bigger than some bandits hiding in the hills.
If
Much
anything, maybe the bandits were a sacrifice for power.
Maybe.
Or it could be the
It's
bandit's
possible.
death was assigned to someone else.
I'll
A
remind
proof.
you too, Randy, there was more than one camp of bandits, right? So when they were talking to the Quaggles, they said
Yeah.
that there was not just that there are two groups of bandits, but there are multiple camps for each group.
Yeah.
So this
This
was
could have
just
been-
one
Oh.
camp of the one type of bandit.
Yeah. So this could be a warning. This could be a reminder of power. It could be, or there's the first blow.
The Raven cult so far has struck at I can't remember his name. The merchant. Die.
Otto,
Die.
Oh yeah.
So this involves the merchants. It
Mhm.
involved Otto. So they're tangled up in this somehow. They're involved with the bandits. And have we seen any connections between the Raven cult and the thieves yet?
Hmm.
Don't think so.
Okay. We ought to keep track of who is involved directly with them, whether as friends or enemies, or on neutral ground. And while I hate to take us back to the city, Dangolf might know more about the Raven cult and their intentions.
Can you talk to him? I know magic folk kind of can talk to each other sometimes.
I don't believe that I can make any kind of special contact. We would need to go meet with him in person. Try to get his attention somehow.
I might be able to. I'm sure I could send him a message via horrible, gross bird if necessary, if you want to just write him an email. But I don't know if that's worth
Imagining a
pursuing.
grackle showing up. What's up, bitches?
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite birds.
Just,
I mean, also we're all the
it
way out
just
here.
screams the message in his ear while he's
Just
asleep.
dripping car oil, even though we're in a world with no cars.
Yep.
We're all the way out here too, and like if the
Exactly.
other camp is nearby, maybe we should go look at it first before we go back to town.
Yeah.
I do want to follow the trail
Yeah.
and see
Yeah,
why they were heading back north.
Then perhaps it's best we made preparations.
Seems reasonable.
Alina, did you want to switch back to the regular
Yeah. There we go.
overlay? And yeah, so did you want to send a message then to back to
Dangolf?
town, Fettid? You have, so you don't have the animal messenger spell, but you basically can do it the same because you have summon beast and animal friendship, so you can basically charm an animal to carry a message anyway.
Mhm.
It just wouldn't be a magically spoken message, it would be a written thing.
Yeah.
We should pick up if we want to like send an invite because we can get that started and then go investigate some more camps or whatever. But we should pick a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
when it's
exactly.
Because he flew from Mud Hollow like real fast, so he can come join us.
A wizard is never late.
That's true.
So I don't know if anybody recalls, but Tromlin, actually I don't know if did Tromlin tell anybody about the sending spell? And because you had agreed to meet the wizard, you said tomorrow night, and you said that during the day that you guys were marching to the camp. So
Oh right.
tomorrow
So
night
need to get
last
is
back
night?
anyway.
tonight. No,
Tonight.
it's tonight in
Cool.
as of the current state of the game. So right now it's morning of the day that you've agreed to meet the wizard this evening. So did you want to just
Tell him
like
where,
where you
Sounds
want to
like-
where
stay
to
in
meet
this
us.
note?
That makes sense.
So is there what specifically do you want to say in this note?
Tromlin, if you've got an existing relationship with him or existing communications, I wonder if you want to.
Well,
Be the one
faster
to
my
talk to.
volume up so I hear a lot better. What?
So I'm thinking that if we're gonna draft a note to specify the meeting place for the meeting that because you had like you talked with him in your head yesterday morning. So if you've already got like
Yes.
a thing going with him, maybe you want to draft our like official suggestion for a place to meet or something.
Also, I'm a little bit better at talking to people.
Yeah, please always speak
You're
for
real
us.
good at that.
Yeah.
Sure. What would I need to roll to make a nice, decent letter? Or can I just?
I just want to
decide?
know what you want to say. You don't really need to roll for it.
I will tell him. This is to our mage friend, correct?
Dangolf.
Yeah. So what you said when you spoke to him in sending was that he mentioned that you could find him at the inn, and then you said tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So you can clarify that. Like, so if you don't think you'll be back there tomorrow night, you could send a note saying, we are currently investigating something and we'll be back.
Yeah. I will say.
Or we'll if we can't get there by tonight, we'll send word or something along those lines.
Good tidings to you. We have learned much in our journey. Unfortunately, we came across one encampment. Do not feel comfortable writing it down should it fall into the wrong hands. We will do our best to return this evening. If not, please stay in town, or if you feel brave, come find us. I'm sure you have the magic abilities to do so. But I just don't want to write down, we found a camp full of dead band. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what I was willing to send to Penny Whistle with the the Quaggles, I can bring it, thieves can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you could put something in this note to talk to Pennywhistle, but that somewhat.
they'll never get anything done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you can cast Animal Friendship on a nearby bird. There's still plenty of birds around. In fact, there's when you go looking to spot a good candidate, you'll notice that there's like a riot of crows up on the ridge, where the only bodies that you guys didn't burn were. So there's a good old party going on up there of crows having a good time. So you can easily just pick a crow and go, hey, you, Animal Friendship, do me a favor. Carry this note to the inn in town and throw it at that big beardy guy in the yellow. And the crow says, caw,
I guess
Which
it's
means-
still alive.
That's rude.
which means sure.
That's rude.
That was a good, very good CanCon there.
Yeah.
Most of our players don't get that one.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
good.
a reference to an obscure Canadian comedy band.
Mounted Animal Nature Trail.
The
You can
Mounted
look it
Animal
up on
Nature
YouTube.
Trail. Shout out to the Arrogant Worms.
Yeah.
That song has some Pernie vibes.
Also, did we just learn that, or me, personally, that it's not a murder of crows, but a riot of crows? Is that the actual?
I know
No,
it's a plague
it is a murder
Yeah.
of crows. I just said a riot is more general. You can have a riot
I
of
was
all
hoping
sorts of
like
things.
there was a Canadian version of.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
no,
yeah.
this
I
is
don't
just
know.
Riot at the Discro.
There's,
Uh,
oh,
Oh. Oh.
that would hurt.
Fuck, we love you.
Alina wins dad joke of the night. That's for sure.
That was quick.
we have the best content. So the plan is then to follow the trail. Is that what I'm hearing? Having
Sounds
sent
like it.
word
Yes.
to the wizard,
And his mother.
wonderful wizard of Mud Hollow. Okay, so I won't require another tracking. You did well enough last time, and there was like a group of 20 of them, or nearly 20 of them, so that's not going to be that hard to follow. And they're they're heavy booted types, and you go following along. So you find their trail, you follow it. It heads along this ravine until it branches out north into multiple hills. Looking at our map, this is going to get you guys out. I keep forgetting. I was going to say it's going to be slow going, but I keep forgetting you have a ranger with you, so it's not going to be slow
Mhm.
going.
It will not be slow going. It'll be gross.
Oh. It's been pretty gross this whole time.
Yeah.
So on the map, you are quickly finding yourself reaching the shores of that little lake. Indeed. So even though it is what one would consider difficult terrain with no road, you still were walking it as though it was not as quickly as you would on the roads, but like you would be just walking over regular prairie or something, or farmland, and just general easy going. Yeah, so the one night has taken you up in the hills, and this second day quickly gets you to the banks of the lake, which you don't know a name of because there's no name on the maps that you have. Maybe the locals have a name for it.
We're gonna name it
Um,
Trash
Your
Lake.
Good.
Trash Lake, Shambling Lake.
And
Like
can-
Shimbo.
before we leave camp, can I leave a a magic mouth message for Dangolf?
You can indeed. Do you have that spell?
I have that ritual.
Oh, you have the ritual. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. While everybody's sort of
Packing up
packing up and
or doing their eating thing.
yeah,
Losers.
yeah, doing that thing that people do.
Yeah, so I'll leave a
Mhm.
magic mouth. That's like the specific trigger condition is like Dangolf comes within 30 feet of. Maybe I'll use the sac. Oh no, we burned the sacrifice circle. Well, I'll use the fire heap. Some
Yeah,
obvious object that I can cover
there's a
with.
gate. The
Mhm.
south gate is there as well. You can just put it on the gate itself.
Yeah, and it'll just be like we left here at this time in the morning, heading north to follow tracks out of the bandit camp. Headed. I mean, I guess we don't know which way they're headed yet, so I can't say like headed toward
Yeah,
Lake.
just north is all you know.
Yeah, so I'll just say headed north. We'll leave other messages, and anytime that we do stop for a break or anything like that, I'll leave a little message somewhere if they.
At least
if
10
it's
minutes
followed.
so you can do a ritual.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So when you reach the shores of the lake, you find that these individuals that you've been following chop down a couple of trees, and there's signs and evidence that they basically made themselves a boat
Hmm.
or made themselves a raft anyway, and have gone off across the lake. So at this point, it becomes impossible to track them normally because they obviously don't leave footprints in the lake. But they've obviously crossed it in some way. So where do you want to go from here? There's a few options.
Can we see all the way across the lake?
Yeah, is there like an island in the middle or something?
Yeah, it's not a huge lake, which is why it doesn't have any names on this
Mhm.
particular map. If it were land and you were walking over it, or if it was frozen and you were walking across the surface, you'd probably be able to cross it in a little over an hour. So it's not very huge. You don't see any kind of islands or anything. The north side and the west, nope, never. Yeah, west side. The north and west sides of the lake that are sort of shaped like that are very
Mhm.
rocky and steep. They kind of face the hills. And only the east side of the lake looks remotely accessible. You've come pretty much right to that point at the bottom of the lake on the map. Again, I'm highlighting
Well,
it,
if
but
they
I have
took a
no
boat, they
idea.
certainly did it for a reason.
Yeah, and I don't think the reason is like crossing the lake quickly. So I feel
Yeah.
like there was something they needed to access that they could only get to by boat.
Like up here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I kind of want to go boating.
I agree.
When don't you?
Sounds like a
Would it be worth
Sounds like a fishing trip.
having Fettid? Fettid, are you able to do another animal messenger? Would it be worth sending out another bird to just kind of like survey the area, kind of?
That's a good idea,
really good idea.
actually. Or
Yeah,
maybe
you absolutely
Fly.
can do
wouldn't
that.
even necessarily have to be a bird. Maybe a weird fish would be a good choice. No, a
Ooh.
bird is probably a better choice.
So in fact, you actually
Yeah, I
have
would like.
beast senses. So
Mhm.
you can even do that as a ritual. So if you
Yeah.
would like, as part of your horde of vermin around you, it is very reasonable for you to take any kind of flying creature
Mhm.
and do the beast sense ritual, which will allow you to sit here like in a daze while your senses
Mhm.
go fly around and have a look around.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna get stoned on bird psyche and see what's on the other side of the lake.
As soon as you mention this, Glorpa, about having some sort of having some sort of, could you do another animal messenger or go look around? And Fettid says, that's a good idea. He reaches into his jacket and pulls out a pigeon, as you do, or into
Uh-huh.
his rags, and then
Just
does
sleeps in
a
there.
ritual spell over it.
I'm sure the pigeon
and
is
then,
also disgusting.
and then
Uh-huh.
without ceremony, heels over on the ground, and the bird goes and flies
Yeah. Hmm.
away. So you can still
He's
talk
okay, right?
if you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just also occupying the mind of a pigeon right now.
Oh,
Pigeon
And
waves away.
there's not a whole lot going on in a pigeon's mind, so
I
there's
mean,
plenty of
same.
room. All right, so yeah, I wanna have this pigeon buddy fly. I think yeah, fly towards the more inaccessible looking end of the lake because it stands to reason that if they built a raft or whatever to go somewhere, it would be to go to the place you can't easily get to by foot. So yeah, I'll
Excellent.
flap over there and see what I can see.
Yeah, so this lasts for like up to an hour. And so you basically count as the conditions of blinded and deafened to your own surroundings in your body here.
Mhm.
So you can still like talk and stuff. You can even get up and walk around. You would just probably walk into things. But in the
Mhm.
meantime, you can see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears. And weirdly, they don't say anything in this spell about, and this is one of the weird failings of the spell, about how you can communicate to the animal that you want it to do something. So
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
arguably that when anytime anyone casts a spell, they just like get to watch while an animal goes
The
about
bird
its
just
day.
does
When you attach
whatever.
a webcam
Yeah.
to a cat.
And it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so it's kind of like, but
Pretty good
it is,
thought.
Why did I think being a pigeon would be interesting?
but so presumably simply to make the spell actually, not completely useless, you get to
Mhm.
sort of get the animal to do something for you. Um, and so you guide this pigeon out to that far side of the lake, and sure enough, as you suspected, if you look at the sort of angled part of the lake where the north and west sides meet, and it kind of has a bit of a little jut sticking out there, that is in fact where there is a crack in the cliffs, in the rocky walls on this lake. And there is in fact a finger of water of the lake extending into this chasm. Do you want to
All
fly
right.
back at this point, or do you want to investigate further?
Investigate
I
further.
think I want to fly back. I think that's enough information for us to make our next plans.
Okay, and so consideration is being given to perhaps some sort of boat. That I think sounds like a good place for us to wrap up for tonight.
Yay.
So you can begin next time with the what are
Some
we going to
boat
do
building.
here? We're going to swim. We're going to make a boat.
I
Is
mean,
Glorpa
Roll
going
for
to turn
boat.
into a really big
I've got
fish?
water walk, so I could always.
Just
Yeah.
stroll
I
over
don't know
there.
what I could do with water walk. Actually,
Water walk can be
I could
cast on a
stroll
group.
over there. That's a little bit open.
Yeah,
We
you
could just
We
actually.
can just
walk.
like
Oh, how cool! Let's all get freaky.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons you were
if we
looking at
give
water walk.
Ugna a couple logs, she basically becomes a
I
I'm a
forgot
pontoon boat.
that.
raft,
So,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can plank for a real long time.
Yeah.
Like, just a real long time. Sometimes I just do it.
Days.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sometimes I'm bored. Just plank.
And so at this
Hmm.
point, I'd like to share with our audience that as I was mentioning at the top of the show, starting this week, we are going to do again, not weekly because we don't play weekly, but every other weekly draw for some art from our lovely group of artists. So We currently have about a dozen, I believe, subscribers,
You gonna roll a d12?
and I'm gonna roll a d12 because it's Dungeons and fucking Dragons.
Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons.
And dice.
And draws.
Wait.
And
Draws? Drawers?
Alina,
Yes.
I have rolled an 11. So who is our 11th subscriber?
That is Paul Twitch username.
All right, Paul Twitch username, you
Yay.
are going to be receiving the inaugural art giveaway from the stream.
Yay.
And I would highly encourage everybody else watching, either on Twitch now or on YouTube later, that if you would like to get in on these draws and have access to the subscriber Discord, please feel free to subscribe to this Twitch channel. There's a subscribe button right down at the bottom right now.
And I believe Paul Twitch username is part of our Trash Heroes Discord, so I can get a hold of you
Yeah.
through there, and we can get you the finished art.
Also, any of our subscribers who are not yet on the Discord, please let us know. You can send Alina an email at it's
WhereGeekComics@gmail.com.
WhereGeekComics, just like the name of the.
Actually, I
The
need to double check. I think it might be WhereGeekComic is my email.
Okay, yeah, I thought so too.
I'm doubling. Double checking.
It's almost like you don't actually email yourself very often.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. Yeah, it's just comic, not with an S.
Okay,
Just regular.
WhereGeekComic@gmail.com, so that you can get added to the Discord.
Speaking of which, we're seeing somebody's email right
Oh,
now.
that's probably me. I'm gonna shut that off. I'm gonna go back to our map.
Did you just accidentally put up the wrong screen?
Yep.
Oops.
Boops.
You might want to edit that out when it comes time to put
I
this
just
up on.
had to check my
Yeah.
email.
You can just mosaic
Okay.
it out.
So basically, just so that everybody knows what that's going to look like, all of our artists here are each going to just draw some cool D&D thing as they choose, and then it's going to be put together into a single art card, sketch card, which we will then send to our subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any last minute stuff here? We like to do our shout outs at the end of the show.
Oh yeah.
Anybody have any projects or specific stuff you'd like to shout out?
Oh,
I'll start off just to, while everyone has a chance to think about it, shouting out the thanks as usual to my shadow DM, Dan, who will also let me know if there's anything specific he wants me to shout out. But otherwise, anybody else have any anything specific?
I'm going to shout out the stream that I am doing tomorrow. If you are need more ridiculous D&D trash, I do a stream with my friend Maggie on Sunday called Let Me Tell You About My Character, where Maggie will randomly generate using a whole bunch of different lists of D&D character, and I will draw them. And we have drawn some very weird ones. Tomorrow is actually our Father's Day episode, so we are going to be drawing the dad of one of the characters we've drawn before.
Nice.
Or at least randomly generating the dad, which will be real fun. So come check us out.
Hey.
It'll be 1 p.m. PST or 3 p.m. EST on this channel.
Nope.
It's the
4.
same channel, right?
Same
Yeah.
right here. 4 p.m.
1 and
PST.
4.
Yeah.
3 hour gap.
Right.
Yep. Anybody else have anything else they want to shout out?
I've got my
good.
Kickstarter ends in like 27 hours. 26. It ends very soon. It's for the Deck of Worlds, which is a deck of world building prompts that you can use to make maps and imagined lands and story driven worlds and all kinds of fun stuff. And you can find that at deckofworlds.com. That'll be directed to the Kickstarter.
It looks really good. Yeah. Anybody else want to shout anything out? as always, we all have, of course, the list of websites and patrons and other things that everyone should feel free to check out. Patreon, of course, always a great way to support all of these great artists making all of their great art. And that all said, I think we are good to go.
All right.
So
See you,
thank you,
everybody.
everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
seeing our ridiculous adventures.
Thank you. Have a
More
good
to
night.
come.
See y'all later.
I'm so glad we didn't end up having to murder the mound. That would have
Yeah,
been
that was
tragic.
nice.
Would have been a while. There's a lot of mound, trust me.